underway.
West Frankfort of Pinckneyville. I think that's going to be a close ball game. I've just got a feeling that Frankfort may get it done, although it's at Pinckneyville. It's a hard pick, but I'll go with the Redbirds.
Well, I'm going to go with Pinckneyville at home.
CZR, Nashville, CZR steps out of the Black Diamond into the river, and it's not going to be friendly waters at Nashville. I'll like for the Hornets to roll.
Nashville big.
El Dorado at Carmine-White County. Could be a good ball game there. I'm going to go with Carmine-White County in that one.
As am I. Most of the sports writers took El Dorado, though.
Johnson City Assessor. Johnson City will wear the Red Devils down, I believe. They take a big game out of Ross Owens to keep Sessor in that one. I'm going to go with Johnson City in that one.
Should be a good game. I'm going to go with Johnson City also.
Alton at Cahokia. I'm going to go with Alton. Cahokia has been a power in the past, but they got throttled last year and last week, so I'm going to go with Alton.
Go with Cahokia in the upset at home.
Wood River at Centralia. I believe I'll go with the Orphans in that one.
Yes, I will. Marion
at Champaign Centennial. Second week in a row, Marion's made the trek to Champaign, and water's not very friendly up there. I'm afraid Coach Kerry Martin and the Wildcats are going to have their hands full. I'm going to give the nod to Champaign Centennial.
And this is the better of the Champaign teams, Tom. This team has, I believe, their running back going to Illinois, quarterback to Northern Illinois, and they've got another kid that's being looked at by major colleges.
Charleston at Mount Vernon. I look for the Rams to rebound and get the win there.
Surely they won't have 8 turnovers again like they did last week. 8 turnovers by Mount Vernon.
Tomorrow, Saturday, Chester at Vienna-Goreville. I'll have to go with the Yellow Jackets.
Chester, yes.
Belleville-Altoff at Jefferson City, Missouri. I know nothing about Jefferson City, Missouri.
No, I know Belleville-Altoff's young, and they got a lot of talent.
I'll go with Altoff, and that's strictly a crapshoot in that one. I don't really know much about that. So the Mules and the Foxes getting ready to mix it up here. Looks like they might start a minute or two early. Still 3.5 minutes on the clock. They're lining up to get things going. Fox is going to kick off.
Notice a different-looking special teams for the Foxes. I see 4 or 5 seniors out there, Tom, and they got Wilk out there, Scatone, Mauser, Rebstock, Tucker Braden.
Mules with those black uniforms, hard to pick up their numbers. Craddock set to kick off here. Brandon Craddock going to kick off with the Foxes. We're going to get underway here shortly. And the kick is on its way. Kick. And we got a whistle on the play. We're going to do it over.
Penalty flag already.
Back for the Mules is Wyatt Bora, Colton Land, and Bryce McGuire.
Foxes will go back 5 yards before the game gets started.
Back deep for the Mules. Veteran crew on hand here. Cliff Davis, Bob Connie, and their associates.
We'll try it again.
Brandon Craddock going to try the kick one more time here.
He squibbed that one, Tom. He was kicking it away last week.
And he kicks it straight. It's going to be taken by one of the Mules, and good tackle by Fox on there on the coverage. I believe it's number 6. 86, Tucker Braden, good stop. And that is Colton Land on the return. Good stop by Tucker Braden. As Mules, a lot of speed. Tucker, good on the containment, kept him from getting outside. Mules taking over 1st and 10. Ball spotted on about the 36-yard line. Colin Coker under center for the Mules. Coker, little toss play to Colton Land, a sweep play around the right side. He's got first down yardage and more, and he's taken out of bounds at the 30, inside the 30. There's that speed we've been told about, and it's for real, Dean. Levi Chapman, a touchdown-saving tackle.
34-yard gain.
Colton Land, a 6'1" junior running back, 6'1", 190. How many yards he pick up on that? 34-yard pickup on the first play from scrimmage, so the Mules getting right to business here.
No containment on the outside for the Foxes.
Colin Coker under center. And they got a little misdirection play here, and Pike initially in on the stop for the Foxes with a little help from his friends.
Would have been a loss on that play, Tom.
Isaiah Snowden and Damian Pike, two of the Foxes in on the stop. Second and 10, no gain. Ball spotted on the 31-yard line. Colin Coker quarterbacking, a 6'1", 160-pound senior. Under center for the Mules. Hand off to Colton Land. He runs off right tackle, picks up good yardage on the play. Craddock was one of the tacklers. Tucker Brayton and Brandon Craddock in on the stop. 34, 6-yard pickup on the play by Colton Land. He's just a junior. Colin Coker, he gets down, squats down behind the center. You can't see him from the defensive side, Dean. He really gets down low there.
Very hard to pick up who has the ball, Tom.
Coker to Land.
Himself, I think.
It was a keeper by Coker.
No, Land has it.
Land has it, and he barrels forward for first down yardage, it looks like.
Land again on the carry of the field, brought down by a host of Hamilton County defenders. The result of the play is the first down.
Colin Coker faked the quarterback keeper on a sweep play, and they handed it off to Land. He ran off right tackle on the right side.
9 yards.
Good pickup on the play. First and 10, the Mules are in business on the 15-yard line here. 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. We are scoreless.
3 carries, 49 yards already for Colton Land.
Coker under center. And we got a handoff this time, and he splits 3 Foxes. He's going to take it to the house for the touchdown. That is Bryce McGuire, 5'7", 130-pound junior running back. I was told about his quickness today, and he just out-raced 3 Foxes. A little sweep play around the left end. Takes it in from 15 yards out. Mules are on the board here early. They lead it 6-0. A lot of quickness in that backfield.
Mm-hmm.
See what the Mules do here on the extra point conversion. They are going to go for 2, it looks like. Coker under center. A little sweep play. Gives it off to Colton Land. He's in for the 2-point conversion, running around the right side. Mules lead at 8-0 here with 9:48 to go in the first quarter. So the Mules take the opening kickoff and march right down the field. They knew what they wanted to do, and they got it done, Dean.
A lot of misdirection, Tom, and that tears up the Foxes.
So the Mules lead it here early, 8-0. All on the ground, that first set. Not your typical Mules team. They're not physically dominating on the line of scrimmage, not as big as they've been in the past, but they are loaded with quickness.
A 5-play, 64-yard touchdown there for Fairfield. They take an 8-0 lead here in the first.
And the Mules set to kick off. Looks like Wyatt Boris is going to be kicking off. He's a sophomore for the Mules. Kick is up. And it is fielded by Luke Stover. He's looking for running room up the middle, and he's got good yardage. He's up around the left end, and he's going to be caught from behind. That speed, that ripped his helmet off. He takes it to the 35-yard line, I believe. Looked like he was going to go all the way, and the Mules running down from behind him. But a good return by the Foxes.
Very good return.
Tackle from behind when they ripped his helmet off, Dean. First and 10 Foxes. Eli Leakey going to take charge at quarterback tonight.
Catone Braden at wide outs. Wilkerson split in. And Mauser and Chapman. Mauser and Chapman in the backfield. Mauser comes out now.
Leakey out of the shotgun. Mauser in motion. Leakey takes a snap. He's going to throw it first play of the game. He's going for the home run ball. And it's deflected off the hands of one of the Mules. I believe that was intended for number 20 of the Foxes. Scatone. Ball deflected. So, second and 10. Foxes come out airing it out. So the Foxes, Coach Blades likes to go for that home run right out of the chute.
On the first play.
2nd and 10, Foxes from the 36. Eli Leakey out of the shotgun.
Chapman alone back.
Boot, bad snap. Picked up by Eli, and he's tackled from behind. So not much going on for the Foxes. 52, one of the Mules on the stop, Dylan Toombs. So it's going to be 3rd and about 12 for the Foxes. Wasn't that bad a snap. Eli just mishandled it, dropped it, and that shut everybody's timing off.
His head up too quick.
He was looking ahead down the field. 3rd and 12, we'll call it, for the Foxes. Ball on about the 37. Another mishandled snap. And Leakey tucks it in. He's going to run around the right end. He runs into a host of Mules. And
Eli got hit hard.
Hit hard on the play.
He's going to pick up about 7 yards. I'm sure the Foxes will go for it here.
4th and about 6.
Right at about the 30-yard line.
Offense stays on the field on 4th and 6. The 31, we'll call it. Six yards to first down. Leakey looking to throw the ball. He's in trouble. He's scrambling. He throws it out and looks fast as caught by Mauser. Looked like he was interfered with a little.
I was going to say, Tom, if he would have dropped the ball, they would have probably thrown a flag on it.
Yeah, he was pushed before he caught the ball.
Way before he caught it.
Short of the first down, as Eli was under quite a rush there. He had to throw it off balance, scrambling to his left.
Threw it against his body.
Yeah, definitely did. As you said, it would have probably been first down if he wouldn't have caught that. It should have been a pass interference call.
Should have been one anyways, but if he'd have dropped it,
Here come the Mules on their play for scrimmage. And number 30, I believe, running the ball, Devin Davis, that time. Picks up yardage. About 6 yards. 2nd and 4. Craddock, another tackle. He had a big game last week for the Foxes.
Yes, he did. Had a big block punt. I made a ton of tackles.
2nd and a long 3, we'll call it. And they go to Colton Land, and he stopped for a short game. He almost stopped at the line of scrimmage. He twisted for a couple of yards on the play.
He just keeps moving the pile.
Going to be 3rd and about a yard. Kept twisting and running and made something out of nothing.
Got a soft hurting. Looks like Isaiah Snowden.
3rd and a short 1 here for the Mules. 7:06 to go. The Mules lead it 8-0.
Now they're going to have a measurement, Tom.
They're going to measure in case it was pretty close. Let's see where they come up with.
Just short.
About 3 inches short. Very close. So 3rd and inches for the Mules. Bob Connie realigning, getting things squared away, marking the ball down. Him and Cliff Davis, 2 veteran officials out there. Got a lot of years officiating between them.
Fairfield yet to throw the ball, Tom. 3rd and short. Don't be surprised.
I was told they will throw the ball very few times tonight.
And from the first series, it doesn't look like they need to.
3rd and inches for the Mules and a handoff, and they've got the first down and more running off right tackle. Mules pretty well controlling that line of scrimmage team. Pike, one of the Foxes, in on the stop, along with Levi Chapman. First and 10, Mules, ball sitting right on the 44-yard line.
Esmond with 160 yards last week, Tom. That was his first carry.
Colin Coker under center. Toss play to Colton Land. He's running around the right side once again. Picks up probably 6 yards, 7 on the play. Very quick back. Madison Wilkerson in on the stop. A little help from Tucker Braden. Madison Wilkerson, first contact on the play.
6-yard gain. 5 carries, 57 yards already for Colton Land.
6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Colin Coker under center. And he drops back to throw the ball. Big play, and he throws it. And what a play. The Foxes had him for a loss in the backfield.
Craddock had him in his grass. Threw the ball as he was going down to his back, Tom, and completed the play.
To Scott Esmond. First down, what a play by Colin Coker. Craddock had him in the grass, but he threw the pass about 7 or 8 yards downfield and picked up the first down. I thought we was going to get a loss on the play, and he unloaded it. First and 10, the Mules. Ball on the 43. Colin Coker under center. Straight up the middle. Number 38, that was Esmond running once again, junior fullback. Levi Chapman in on the stop.
2 yards.
Second and 8 for the Mules. Ball spotted on about the 41-yard line. Colin Coker, 6'1", 160-pound senior quarterback under center for the Mules. Little toss play this time. Back trying to get out around the right end. He scoots around the right end and picks up first down yardage, it looks like. Tucker Braden and Craddock and one other Fox in on the stop. That was Anthony Mauser. Running the ball for the Mules was Wyatt Bora. And they say it's first down yardage, I think. So the Mules showing that speed around the end.
Well, there was nothing. He was going to cut it in, Tom. There was nothing there, and he done the wise thing. He took it outside, wide open.
First and 10 Mules, ball on about the 31-yard line.
Fox's outside defense going to have to contain a little bit better.
Colin Coker brings a play in from the sideline. Excuse me. First and 10 Mules, they lead it 8-0 here in the first quarter. Colin Coker, a little toss play this time. And the Mules back. I believe that might have been Devin Butler that time. No, it was Davis. Devin Davis on the carry.
7.
Picks up 7 yards, be second and 3. Ball on about the 24-yard line. 4:30 to go in the first quarter. Mules moving the ball on the ground.
Nothing fancy about this offense, Tom. It's just misdirection. Fake one way, go the other way.
Handoff straight up the middle and touchdown saving tackle by, I believe it was Tucker Braden. Scott Esmond on the carry. First down for the Mules. They just keep churning.
Another 8 yards.
Tucker don't make that tackle. He's into the end zone, Dean.
Mm-hmm.
Mules running an assortment of sets, different offensive plays at the Foxes here. They're mixing it up pretty good. Colin Coker under center. Little toss play this time. And Craven's one of the Foxes in on the stop with Madison Wilkerson.
Sawyer Leakey.
And Sawyer Leakey. Devin Davis carrying once again. He's a tall back, 6'1", 180. Kind of runs straight up. Picks up 4 yards on the carry. 3:30 to go. The Mules lead it 8-0 here in the first quarter at the train yard. Colin Coker brings the Mules out of the huddle. He's under center. And a little misdirection play once again to the same back. Devin Davis runs a miss.
Sawyer Leakey read that one well, Tom. He held containment on the outside and made a real good play.
A little misdirection. He ended up trying to run around the left side, and Leakey was there. Mules going to take a timeout here with 3:02 to go. 3rd and 5 for the Mules. They lead it 8-0. I'd like to recognize our sponsors. Hamilton Memorial Hospital bringing you the pregame show. Alton's Pizza will bring you the postgame show. For our equipment, Banterra Bank, Ren Lake College, Weeks and Benton, York Pharmacy, Chapman Insurance, and People's National Bank. You can pick us up at 107.9 FM and 1060 AM. And we'll be streaming online at WMCLradio.com. So the Mules talk things over on the 3rd and 5. The ball was on the 11-yard line. Mules back out on the field quickly. It didn't take Coach Townsend long to get his point across, Dean.
I think they're trying to get this game in as quick as they can, Tom, before the storms roll in. Probably why we started a little bit early.
3:02 remaining in the first period. As long as they keep it on the ground like they have, this game will move along fairly quickly.
Yes.
Colin Coker under center. Little toss play to Colton Land, and he's caught from behind by one of the Foxes. Number 5, that is Joey Repstock, caught him from behind. But Land picked up some yardage on the play.
First down.
And it's first and goal for the Mules. So they drop the flag. The chain gang drops the flags. And first and goal from about the 7. Mules driving here on their second offensive drive. Colton Land under center. First and goal. And they give it to number 30 once again. Foxes do a good job. Levi Chapman rides him down from behind. A little help from Tucker Brayton. That was Devin Davis on the carry.
No gain on the play, Tom.
Second and goal from the 7.
Ticking away, 2 minutes to go till the end of the first quarter.
Colin Coker under center. He takes the snap. He rolls out to throw the ball. He's hit from behind, but he gets the ball off and into the end zone. Mules on their first pass attempt, they score a touchdown.
From Coker to
Scott Esmond makes the catch, and once again, Colin Coker was pretty well in the grasp of Craddock on that play, and he got the pass away. He's a pretty strong lad. He's throwing that ball with a Fox hanging on him, Dean.
The defense couldn't do much more. It was good execution by Fairfield.
Got him in the right-hand part of the end zone. Makes it 14. No, he didn't get in. They got him marked on the 1-yard line. I thought he was in. I thought the official signaled touchdown. Here we go, first and goal from the 1. Low toss play. And the Mule is thrown for a walk. On the play.
He blew the whistle, Tom.
And they blew the play dead.
That play was still alive.
No way.
That play was still alive.
They did give him a touchdown. They didn't have it on the board.
That's why they blew the whistle.
Okay. 14-0. They still don't have it up on the board.
No, they don't.
I thought the official signaled touchdown. So it is 14-0, and they went for the 2-point conversion, and it was stopped by the Foxes. They tried to go to Bryce McGuire, and he was hit in the backfield, fumbled the ball away, and the play was finally blown dead.
Colin Coker now 2 for 2, 15 yards and a 7-yard touchdown. And Colton Land, 6 carries, 64 yards. They're the two main guys in first 2 drives for Fairfield.
So the Mules will kick it off here, leading 14-0.
Well, they've changed the score on this one, Tom, but not on this scoreboard.
Different scores on each of the scoreboards. Mules set to kick off here. And an onside kick. See if the Foxes covered, and they do. Element of surprise there.
Get it at Foxes 39.
32 for the Foxes on the recovering the onside kick. That's Taylor Digby. Did a good job getting on the ball.
Put it right on the 40, Tom.
First and 10 Foxes from their own 40. We're down to a minute 46 to go in the first quarter. Eli Leakey out of the shotgun. Bone set back behind him is Levi Chapman. Now Mauser's making his way out there, going to be lined up in flanker position, I believe. A little confusion on the Fox's part here, it looks like.
Getting the call from the sideline. Play from the sideline.
1st and 10 from the 40. And they hand it off to Leakey, and he's going to be stopped for a loss, it looks like, by the Mules. Colton Land in on the stop, along with Connor Scott, right back to the line of scrimmage. Tyler Kelly checks in with a play for the Foxes. Anthony Mauser comes out. That play didn't look good from the get-go.
No.
2nd and 10 from the 40. Leakey out of the shotgun. Takes a snap, hands it off to Levi Chapman. He's looking for running room up the middle. Good job by Chapman, making something out of nothing. And on the stop for the Mules was Bryce McGuire and Connor Scott.
3rd and 4.
6-yard pickup by Chapman. Good job there, picking up what he did.
That's a little misdirection there.
3rd and 4. Leakey out of the shotgun. Tried to draw the Mules off. I believe they're going to run the option. Leakey cuts back up the middle. He's got first down yardage and more for the Foxes across the 50-yard line. Good decision by Eli Leakey running the option.
7 yards.
Faked it outside, turned back up the field, and run up the middle of the field, and picked up the first down.
There's enough time for one more play.
1st and 10 Foxes from the 47. Leakey out of the shotgun. He's going to look to throw the ball. He's got 2 receivers out here, and they run into each other, Cravens and Scatone.
Somebody ran the wrong play there.
Somebody was not on the same page. As the 2 Foxes receivers run into each other. That'll stop the clock. 15.8 seconds to go. 2nd and 10 from the 47.
Eli 1 for 3, no yards. 3 carries, 12 yards.
2nd and 10 from the 47. Hand off to Chapman. He's looking for running room. He cuts back up, and not much there. He might have got a yard on the play.
No blocking, Tom.
Colton Land and Grant McGill on the stop for the Mules, and we got a flag on the play.
We're going to have to do a better job of blocking.
Yeah, Levi and Eli were on their own there. There was nobody in front of them.
2.7 seconds left. We'll see what this penalty is.
Officials talking things over.
Fox is in Fairfield territory for the 2nd time.
Officials trying to get things sorted out. And Bob Connie's getting ready to make the decision here. 3rd down, they're not going to do anything different. They're going to leave. No, they're going to mark it off against the Foxes.
Unsportsmanlike.
I didn't see what happened there. It's a long one against the Foxes, and I didn't see what.
That hurt.
I'm going to bring up 2nd and long. Will be the last play of the first quarter.
Yeah,
we're not going to get it off. No. So that ends the first quarter of play on a big 15-yard penalty against the Foxes. We played 1 quarter. The Mules lead it 14-0. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Otten's Pizza is simply irresistible. Made with the freshest of ingredients. An incredible one-of-a-kind sauce. Topped with real cheese, shredded fresh in the restaurant, and served piping hot, cheese still bubbling right out of the oven. Get your perfect pizza from Otten's today. Call 643-3471 for carryout or dine in to get your Otten's Pizza directly from the oven. Otten's Pizza House, 207 Walker in McLeansboro. Phone 643-3471. Otten's Pizza Perfection. Simply irresistible. York Pharmacy on the south side of the square in McLeansboro is ready to exceed your pharmacy expectations. So stop in Monday through Friday 9 to 5 or Saturdays till 12:30. The York Pharmacy staff offers friendly, professional service for you and your family. That includes nebulizers, walkers, and vaccines. A drive-through window is available for your convenience. Call 643-3524 and don't be surprised. You'll speak directly
to a person. York Pharmacy, a proud supporter of Hamilton County sports.
Create the future of your choice with long-term care insurance from auto owners. Let us design a plan that helps protect you financially so you won't become a burden to your family. And best of all, you choose what works for you, like staying in the comfort and privacy of your own home or other assisted living options. Plan your future and enjoy every minute with long-term care insurance from auto owners.
See John Chapman of the Chapman Insurance Agency at 402 South Jackson in McLeansboro.
At Weeks in Benton, we can help you with your automotive purchasing needs with 7 brands of new vehicles: Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, Jeep, Polaris, and Victory. Stop by and test drive one of these excellent new products or our large inventory of pre-owned. Our friendly sales staff has over 100 years of combined experience, which helps make your buying experience easy and comfortable. That's Weeks in Benton, north of town, but south on the price.
Back to Hamilton County Fox's sports on the legendary WMCL AM 1060 and 107.9 FM.
Back here at the train yard, the Foxes are putting it away after a long pass on third down was off the fingertips of Anthony Mauser. Brendan Craddock's punt is going to be down around the 31-yard line by the Foxes. Foxes had a third and long pass down the left sideline, just off the fingertips of Mauser. Forced the Foxes to punt it.
Anthony dove for it, Tom. If he was 2 inches taller, he'd have had it right off his fingertips.
So the Mules take over, 1st and 10, start the second quarter here. They lead it 14-0.
The first quarter score, Carmi over El Dorado, 7-0. Here
come the Mules on 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line.
Foxes couldn't stop them their first 2 possessions, Tom. I have to do something here.
Coker going out of the shotgun this time, Dean. And they hand off to Colton Land. He's strung out, makes a Fox miss, gets around the right end. Taken out of bounds by Levi Chapman.
First down.
Madison Wilkerson had a shot at him in the backfield, couldn't quite catch up with him. First down yardage, speed kills. They run out of the shotgun formation and just run it around the right end. Foxes couldn't contain the speed, Dean.
15 yards, 7 carries, 79 yards already for Colton Land.
1st and 10 Mules, ball sitting on the 46-yard line. He's back under center now. And his handoff right straight up the middle to Micah Hall, and he's got about 9 yards on the carry, or 8 we'll give him. Micah Hall straight up the middle. They faked it around the end, and Hall come right straight up the middle there. 5'9", 180-pound senior fullback for the Mules.
That's all they're doing, Tom, is taking their speed to the outside and their big boys up the middle. Pretty simple.
2nd and 2. Mules controlling the ball here in this one. 2nd and 2, ball on the 46. Right up the middle of Colton Land. He's got first down yardage. Wrestled down by a couple of Foxes.
Right at the marker. Where they spotted. Should be enough. It's going to be close.
First, Damian Pike and Craddock do the Foxes in on the stop, and they say, who's the change? Mules pick up another first down. I'm going to look at the clock to the right. It's just got it 4-0 Mules.
They're going to get there.
They're having scoreboard troubles. Colin Coker under center now, 1st and 10. Once again, a little toss play. Had a big defensive play made by one of the Foxes. That was Austin Craven stepped up the defensive end slot and took Bryce McGuire down for a loss. Big play by Cravens. Bounced off a block and McGuire. 2nd and 13, 3-yard loss on the play. Austin Craven steps up with a big tackle.
That's how you contain the outside there. Stayed his ground and made the play.
2nd and 13 for the Mules. Colin Coker under center. He drops back. He's going to air it out. He throws the ball long. He's got a man open, and what a play by Tucker Brady. Colton Land had the touchdown. He had the Foxes' secondary beat. Tucker Braden goes up and deflects the pass. Take the touchdown.
Yes, he did. Tucker's a good athlete, Thomas.
Showing his athletic ability there.
He can run. He can jump. He can tackle.
Good play by Tucker Braden. 3rd and 13. Fox's coach is trying to instill a little confidence in the players. 3rd and 13. Colin Coker out of the shotgun. And he's dropping back to throw the ball. He throws it to the right side. And the Mule hauls it in and taken out of bounds on the play. But big yardage. Madison Wilkerson, a touchdown saving tackle. What a throw by Colin Coker.
37 yards, Tom.
30. Sky Kolak, the receiver, 37 yards. Too big defensive play by the Foxes. O'Neal on the big play there by the Mules team. That's a backbreaker.
Who caught that?
Sky Kolak, 6'2", tight end, the junior. Mules back in business, 1st and 10 from the 15. They've executed well. Out of the shotgun. Hand off around the end to number 22. He makes a couple of Foxes miss, and Levi Leakey a touchdown saving tackle. He split 2 Foxes. That was Bryce McGuire, one of the hurdlers we told about with all that speed. He run a sweep play around the left end, split 2 Foxes, and got in a secondary, and Levi Chapman saved the touchdown. 4-yard pickup on the play. 2nd and 6, facing the Mules. Ball on the 11. They're threatening once again. Colin Coker under center this time. Hand off to number 30, and he's into near the end zone. Stopped just short. That was Devin Davis on the carry. Mules got so many options, it's hard to cover them all, Dean. First down, so it's 1st and goal for the Mules. Ball on about the 3 or 4 yard line. They say 1st and goal from the 5. 8:20 to go. The Mules lead it 14-0 here at the train yard in Fairfield. Colin. Little toss play. Right up the middle is number 9 for the Mules. He hits later. That's Corey Bowles carrying for the Mules. They've got a lot of weapons in that backfield, Dean.
Mm-hmm.
Colin Coker, a little toss play, and Corey Bowles took it straight up the middle, 5 yards for the touchdown to make it 20-0 Mules. What the Mules do on the 2-point attempt here. Going to go for 2 as Coker is under center. Colin Coker. And he throws it into the end zone. It's caught by Mr. Sky Collick for the 2-point conversion to make it 22-0. So with 8:11 to go in the second quarter, the Mules lead it 22-0. They look like a well-oiled machine, Dean.
Yes, they are. Same score as what we had at halftime at the Chester game.
So the Mules will kick off to the Foxes. Like to see the Foxes sustain a drive, keep the ball out of the hands of the Mules offense team. Brendan Mitchell going to kick it away for the Mules. And a short kick going to be fielded by one of the Foxes up men. That's number 11, Sawyer Leakey, I believe. Yep. He returns it to about the 34. Did a good job catching the ball. Foxes take over 1st and 10. Ball on about 35-yard line.
We need a good long drive right here.
Defense needs to stay off the field for a while. It'll be wore out. Out of the shotgun, it'll be Eli Leakey for the Foxes. Eli takes the handoff. He rolls out and tries to reverse his direction. He's thrown for a big loss on the play by Anthony Like.
Is that a run play, Tom, or tag? I couldn't tell.
Well, he faked it to the left and then cut back to the right and he was trying to rush the ball. I don't think he was attempting to pass it. So a big loss on the play, be 2nd and 15. A little indecisiveness at times. Here's the snap. He's looking to throw the ball this time, and he gets it out here in the flat to Tyler Kelly. He hauls it in, and he's hit hard by Devin Davis. Good catch by Tyler Kelly.
Brought down on the play by Devin Davis.
6 yards.
6. First down, 9 now for the Fox.
3rd and 9.
6-yard pickup by Tyler Kelly on the pass play. Makes up 3rd and 9. Eli out of the shotgun. Big play here for the Foxes. Hate to give it back to the Mules. 3rd and 9. And a bad snap. He hands it off to Levi Chapman, and that play never had nowhere.
Never had a chance.
Ball was snap was low on the ground. Be 4th and long for the Foxes. They're going to give it back to the Mules with plenty of time for the Mules to punch another one in the way they're moving the ball.
We'll need another big punt here from Austin Cravens. Austin had a dandy the last time. Had a 48-yarder against Chester.
We're playing a lot more error-free ball than we did last week.
Yep. Blocked punt, and the Mules recovered, and they're going to have excellent field position at the 40-yard line. And it ended up being a 6-yard punt. You could see that one collapsing as the low snap. The low snap made Austin a little bit late on the punt, and it was partially tipped. So the Mules take over, and they don't have very far to go. Brant McGill blocked that punt for the Mules. The 1st and 10 Mules from the 40. They lead it 22-0 here. 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Fox's defense is going to have to hold here. Something that we did a few times at Chester and absolutely doing nothing here. Lane looking for running room. He stood up by Damian Pike after a short game. Nice job there by Brandon Craddock. Come out and forced him to go back inside. He wanted to come outside. Brandon wouldn't let him, and he got hit hard. No gain. On the play, Logan Cross also went on that tackle, but Damian Pike stood him up straight. Yeah. No gain on the play. 22-0, the Mules in control there. Colin Coker under center. He's going to throw the ball, and he's got a man wide open, and it's the same man, Sky Collick. He was 15 yards away from any Fox. What a Fox nowhere. 40-yard touchdown reception from Colin Coker to Sky Collick to make it 28-0. I mean, that was a defensive breakdown there, Dean. As the Foxes had nobody near Collick. And he was out down the right sideline for a 40-yard score. Mules going to go for the 2-point conversion here. Colin Coker. No, Land takes a snap, hands it off, and he dropped the ball. Colton Land was quarterbacking. He handed off to Bryce McGuire, and he dropped the ball in the backfield on a little sweep play around the right end. So 28-0, the Mules lead it. Took him about, 40 seconds to go 40 yards? Doesn't take long when you've got a 40-yard touchdown pass. Colin Coker now 4 of 5. 88 yards passing, a 40-yard touchdown, and a 7-yard touchdown pass. I didn't think they would throw the ball much, but they've been effective when they have thrown it. They threw it 6 or 7 times last week.
still 5:20 to go in the half. The way things are going, they may get it back again.
Fox is going to have to find some offense.
Mules set to kick off once again. It'll be Brendan Mitchell kicking off for the Mules. Stover back deep. And it's fielded by Sawyer Leakey. He looks to run up the right side, and he's brought down about the 35-yard line.
That was Austin Potter.
Excuse me, that was Austin Potter.
Number
12 instead of 11. My mistake. So the Foxes take over 1st and 10 on the 35. I'm going to give Fairfield a nod over Chester. I believe they can handle Chester.
It'll be a good game.
It'll be a heck of a ball game.
Yeah, heck of a game. Where's it played at, do you know?
I can tell you. I've got it in my folder, but I don't have it right in front of me. 1st and 10 from the 35. Eli Leakey out of the shotgun. Low snap. Eli tries to run up. He cuts back up the middle and picks up a couple of yards on the play. You get that bad snap, it's hard to do anything, Dean.
Yes, it is. Getting 2.
2nd and 8 for the Foxes.
Eli with a couple of negative carries has 5 for 9 total yards now.
Out of the shotgun, facing 2nd and 8, we'll call it. Eli looks to run straight up the middle, and he runs into nothing. Wall of defenders about the line of scrimmage, team.
About 3 inches on the play.
Be 3rd and 8. Third and 8. Facing the Foxes. They can get the ball back to the Mules the way they're moving the ball. Leakey out of the shotgun. Pretty good snap this time. He's going to throw long for Tyler Kelly off his fingertips at about the 30-yard line.
They wouldn't have counted anyway, son. There was a flag before they even snapped the ball.
Colton Land on the coverage. Ball not too badly thrown. Really.
Nice throw.
Will it be a holding against the Foxes?
No, it was thrown before the play even started.
Really? Okay, I couldn't see it for the protection.
Probably a procedure against the Foxes.
They'll deny that. Causes to punt the ball away. Procedure call. Denied, so it'll be 4th and long for the Foxes. Foxes went long. I threw about a 10 or 15-yard slant across the middle. I mean, we rolled the dice and went for the touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
But if it works, it looks good.
It was close.
The ball was well thrown. And the ball going to be punted away, and a nice booming punt. Good coverage by Tucker Brayton.
Ball's on the ground.
Ball's on the ground, and Tucker got it. Recovers. Good coverage. Tucker Brayton.
Something like that,
putting the pressure on. And number 22 for the Mules, Bryce McGuire, dropped it. It was on the ground. Tucker kept the pressure on and recovered.
He should have never even attempted that time. Should have just let it go.
I thought it was going to go.
Yeah.
I didn't think there would be a attempt on it.
He should have just let it go.
They could play at the half.
New line for the Foxes.
1st and 10 Foxes now from the 30. On a heads-up play by Tucker Brayton. Eli Leakey out of the shotgun. He drops back to throw the ball. He's under a lot of pressure. He's going on the box open. Off the fingertips of Stover. 2 Mules in the coverage. Ball hung up a little bit and give the defense time to recover. Luke still had a shot at it and couldn't quite bring it in. Ball not too badly thrown by Leakey.
Could have been caught, but it has been a tough one.
Yeah.
In double coverage there. Like you said, the ball hung up just
a little, give the defense time to recover. He was open there for a while.
You get that ball in the hands of Austin Cravens one time.
Second and 10. Throw that 10-yard pass.
Yeah.
Don't go for the Bommarewski. Eli Leakey, a low snap, hands off to Chapman. He breaks a couple of tackles, runs around left side towards the sideline, picks up yardage on the play. Good job by Levi. He could have been stopped for a loss on that. Picks up about 6 on the play. 3rd and 4. They're in 4-down territory.
2 handoffs to Chapman here. Keep that clock rolling and try to pick up this first down. 3 minutes to go in the half.
3rd and 4. Eli Leakey out of the shotgun. He drops the snap and does good to recover. Foxes have a miskabobble there, and it's going to cost them. Snap was fumbled, and Eli was trying to do some of the ball before he got it. Was kind of a low snap, too. Might be a good place for a timeout right here, Dean, and get something set. Now they're going to go on 4th and 7. Eli Leakey out of the shotgun.
Fox has yet to call a timeout this year.
Leakey takes a snap. He's looking to throw the ball. He's going to get drilled for a big loss on the play. 55 for the Mules. Jake Pollard. Big loss on the play. Mules take over. Might have been a good time for a timeout for the Foxes.
See what the penalty is there, Tom. Might have been a dead ball foul.
Officials trying to get it sorted out. I couldn't see the flag again for all these petitions here in the booth. There are some blind spots here, Dean. Officials talking things over. There's a minute 57 to go. That's plenty of time for the Mules, the way they can move the ball.
It's going to be a sack of 10 yards. We'll see what happens with the penalty. Looks like it's going to be against the Foxes. Another unsportsmanlike.
I'm not seeing that. I didn't see that. I didn't see anything then. Did you, Dean?
Nope.
I don't know what happened. 15-yard markup. That puts it across midfield. They'll probably score again now with a minute 57 to go the way they're moving the ball. Somebody better get on Sky Colic.
You got a weather delay up in Champaign, Tom. Marion up there. So the weather's already moved in up north. I wonder what they'll do, if they'll try to play it tomorrow. Marion's all the way up Champaign.
About a 4-hour trip. 1st and 10 Mules from the 49 with less than 2 minutes to go. They're out of the shotgun. They're going to try to score again. Sweep play around the left end. Big tackle by one of the Foxes. I can pick up his number here. Austin Cravens on the stop. No gain on the play. Devin Davis carrying for the Mules. 28-0, the Mules in control here. 2nd and 10. Better get on Sky Colic.
There's that. They got him off.
Couldn't get him. Gets away. And Snowden on the tackle over near the sidelines.
Ended up getting a 5-yard gain.
2 Foxes had him in the backfield and couldn't quite bring Colin Coker down.
Getting 4 yards. Some they had him with about a 6-7 yard loss. Two of the Foxes put pressure on. Quite good.
3rd and 6. He got out of bounds, so the clock is not running. Colin Coker out of the shotgun.
That high snap.
Had a big handoff, and a couple of Foxes make the stop. Colton Land carrying. He tried to get up and run again. Levi Chapman and Craddock on a stop for the Foxes.
Only a 2-yard gain. It'll be 4th down. 55 seconds to go till half, and they're going to go for a 4th and a long 3. See if the Foxes can stay at home here, not jump.
And a little toss play to Colton Land. And he is short of the first down.
Foxes will take over at the 42. Their own 42. 41.
Denton leading 7-6. with 2 minutes to go in the first half in their ball game, Dean.
Who are they playing? I forgot.
Is it Sparta?
Yes.
It's a pretty good ball game going there. Fairfield takes a timeout with 40 seconds to go.
Foxes by far to start out this season, Tom, at Chester, at Fairfield, are getting their two toughest by far opponents out of the way, and pretty similar. It's 22-0 at half. Down at Chester, it's 28-0 right now. Foxes with a chance. 40.4 seconds to go till half. First and 10 from their own 41. Foxes have had the ball 3 times in Fairfield territory. Haven't been able to get on the scoreboard.
28-0. The Mules lead it. 40.4 seconds to go. First and 10 Foxes. Timeout being taken by the Mules. We're getting ready to get things going here once again.
Stover and Kelly out wide. Chapman alone back. And we got Austin Cravens and Anthony Mauser. I'm sure we'll be passing here. Look at their safeties, how far they've dropped back, Tom. And now their linebackers are dropping back.
Bad snap, picked up by Leakey. He's looking to run the ball up the middle and not much there. He might have got a yard on the play. Bad snap on the ground once again. Fox is going to take a timeout here.
2 yards for Eli. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Foxes take a timeout. Trying to get something set here where they can at least have something to feed off of in the second half. It's a hot night for football, Dean.
Mm-hmm.
28-0, the Mules. They've been effective running the ball and throwing the ball.
Yeah, they run it, and when they sucker you up, they're thinking they're going to run. They run that play action, and very effective.
Heron is leading Carbondale 24-14 with 4:40 left in the second quarter. So Heron up at Carbondale 24-14.
Carbondale with a new head coach this year. Nick Hill lasted 1 year, and he went to Salukis.
There goes the Foxes on 2nd and 8. Leakey out of the shotgun. Takes a snap. Looking to slant pass. Tyler Kelly. He hauls it in just short of the first down. Tackle made. That's it. Go short. Complete some of them passes.
Hey, they're giving it to us, Tom.
Tackle made by Devin Davis.
We ain't been able to do it much longer. 27 seconds, but that's what they're giving us.
Take what they give you. I said before, throw that 10-yard pass across the middle. Then another timeout on the field. It's finally cooled off a little bit as the suns went down.
Yes, little breeze coming through here. It was like a sauna when we first got here tonight. Everything was closed up. Eli Leakey now 3 of 8, 13 yards, and he's had a couple that went off the fingertips of the Foxes. Tyler Kelly with 2 catches for 13 yards.
First National Bank of Fairfield, free food. They fed everybody here tonight. So,
we'd like to thank them for it.
Burgers, brats, and hot dogs.
All kinds of drinks. Nice crowd here at Fairfield. They've got a good team, Tom, and they come out to enjoy some high school football.
Diane Zerlini before the game, the superintendent of the grade school up here. Here we go. Eli Leakey out of the shotgun, 3rd and 1. Eli takes a snap. He's looking, fakes, tucks it back in. He's going to run, and he is got close to the first down. It is very close.
I think a penalty flag come in late.
A flag or a yard marker. It might have been a flag.
It could have been.
They're going to spot it short. Get a very good spot on there. Official over here is already.
Foxes used their 3rd and final timeout now. We got time for a 4th down, 12 seconds to go. We go for the Hail Mary here. That are real quick and get out of bounds.
Didn't get a very good spot on that one.
I agree with you.
Timeout, Hamilton County.
So another timeout. This game was moving right along. Now it's bogged down with a bunch of timeouts here late in the second quarter. So, 4th and 1 for the Foxes. Eli did not throw the ball, tucked it in, run around the right side, and didn't get a very good spot.
I'm with you on that.
12.1 seconds to go here in the first half. Leakey out of the shotgun. Mules coaching staff telling their secondary people to stay back. And a low snap. Eli hauls it in. He's going for the Balmaruski, and he throws it right in the hands of a Mule. They're going to get another score here. And quickly the Foxes close in, and Levi Chapman takes it back about 15 yards.
What a tackle.
Levi Chapman just picked Mr. Bryce McGuire up and carried him about 15 yards backward on the play. 7/10 of a second left. That ball was thrown into triple coverage. Instead of throwing it in the 10 or 15-yard range, trying to get out of bounds, make something happen, we went for the Balmaruski, and it was short.
First turnover for the Foxes. That's one for each team now.
Bryce McGuire.
0.7 seconds, Tom. This will be the last play before
Bryce
half.
McGuire stepped in for an interception. Looked like he might have open field, but Levi Leakey shut the door.
He'll take a knee here. No.
And a fumble on the play, and the Foxes recovered.
That
so
will
another
count.
turnover.
That will count.
Recovered by number 5. That's Joy Repson.
Recovered by Hamilton County. Your score.
At the half, the Mules lead it 28-0 here at the train yard in Fairfield.
Fairfield, 2 touchdowns each quarter, Tom. Led it 14-0 after 1. Here at the half, it's 28-0.
So the Mules in control here, 28-0 at the half, and they've got a stable of running backs, and we were told about their quickness, and it was the truth. They've got a lot of speed in the backfield.
All I can say is what a matchup it's going to be, Chester and Fairfield. If there's no injuries for either teams along the way, it could come down to who the home team is.
4 turnovers.
Chester with no turnovers last week. 2 turnovers here by Fairfield.
So the Mules, they're going to be right in the hunt this year once again for the conference title, the way they're playing. They lead it at the half, 28-0 over the Foxes. Now, there's played a little cleaner ball game. They just could not contain the Mules' speed as the Mules had several long, methodical drives up the field and maintained possession and marched the ball down the field for some long drives, taking some time off, keeping the Foxes' defense on the field most of the first half.
Fox's defense these first 2 games has logged a lot of minutes out there on the field, Tom. And it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice to play a couple of teams not quite as good as what we're seeing these first 2 weeks on the road.
Yeah, Foxes right out of the chutes playing 2 of the top 2-3 teams in the conference.
Yeah, you'd have to say they're the top 2 from what we've seen. We haven't seen Carmine. Carmine got beat by a team last week. They hung with them real tough.
Bismarck hitting the team from the central
I
part
think they're rated 5th or 6th in the state. So we got 3 real tough games this year, and I think we can play with the others.
Mules have a bye week next week. They were trying to work out a deal today to play Pleasant Plains at a neutral site over around O'Fallon, and they had, as we talked to before the game, they hadn't got the final word on it yet. So the Mules trying to work something out to where they'll be playing next week, but it's still up in the air. So they're trying to work out a deal to meet Pleasant Plains over around the O'Fallon area, but nothing final on that yet. We're going to break for 6 minutes, and we'll be back in 6 minutes with more halftime.
providing guidance to cope with life's challenges. That's the mission of the Hamilton Memorial Hospital District Senior Enrichment Program. If you know a senior family member who would like to discover how to handle life's challenges, keep your body strong, and enjoy life again, we can help. Call 643-2416 for a confidential discussion about how this program could change your life for the better. Hamilton Memorial Hospital District. Caring hearts, helping hands.
Rend Lake College's Adult Volunteer Literacy Program is looking for volunteers to help stop adult illiteracy. Give the gift of reading and be a hero forever. RLC will provide you with training and materials to help adults develop the basic reading ability needed to excel. You can work one-on-one, tutor a small group, or work with students in an adult education classroom. Experience the joy of helping others and change a life. Call RLC's Volunteer Partnership toll-free at 800-369-5321, extension 1342, 800-369-5321, extension 1342.
At 4R Equipment in McLeansboro, we have the parts and service expertise to keep your Case IH equipment running one season after another. This includes a modernized shop, a fleet of quality service vehicles, and specialized Case IH technicians with years of experience to meet your service needs. Be sure to take advantage of the no payment, no interest terms from CNH Capital. Call 4R Equipment at 1-866-9-CASE-IH. That's 1-866-9-CASE-IH, or visit us in McLeansboro today.
At Vanterra, we understand that banking is a relationship. It's a friendly face that knows your name, understands your needs, supports your goals. Vanterra offers a complete range of personal and business banking products with competitive rates and loans that range from small projects to multi-million-dollar opportunities. We offer conveniences such as online banking, mobile banking, and direct deposit. For a strong community bank with exceptional customer service, Vanterra is a smart choice for your banking needs. Vanterra Bank, a proud supporter of Southern Illinois high school sports. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
With the housing market picking up and rates still low, now is the perfect time to purchase the home of your dreams. Hi, this is Dylan Bowling, Mortgage Loan Officer from People's National Bank. People's National Bank has several different programs to choose from that will help you get into the home of your dreams. Stop by and see me or apply online at peoplesnationalbank.com today. People's National Bank, serving Southern Illinois since 1909. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender. Loan subject to credit approval.
At Weeks in Benton, we can help you with your automotive purchasing needs with 7 brands of new vehicles: Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, Jeep, Polaris, and Victory. Stop by and test drive one of these excellent new products or our large inventory of pre-owned. Our friendly sales staff has over 100 years of combined experience, which helps make your buying experience easy and comfortable. That's Weeks in Benton, north of town, but south on the price.
Otten's Pizza is simply irresistible. Made with the freshest of ingredients. An incredible one-of-a-kind sauce. Topped with real cheese, shredded fresh in the restaurant, and served piping hot, cheese still bubbling right out of the oven. Get your perfect pizza from Otten's today. Call 643-3471 for carryout, or dine in to get your Otten's Pizza directly from the oven. Otten's Pizza House, 207 Walker in McLeansboro. Phone 643-3471. Otten's Pizza Perfection. Simply irresistible.
Hamilton Memorial Hospital District's Family Clinic proudly serves our region's families, young and old, at every stage. Choose quality primary health care from one of our providers at the McLeansboro Clinic. Dr. Basanya, Dr. Burns, and Dr. Palapu are each welcoming new patients. Schedule an appointment and discover the attention and care uniquely delivered by Hamilton Memorial Hospital District's healthcare providers. Phone 618-643-2988. Hamilton Memorial Hospital District's Family Clinic. Caring hearts, helping hands.
While you're listening to the game, think just a moment about everyone that it takes to get this broadcast on the air. Of course, you have your play-by-play and your color commentator, but did you know that you have to have people back at the studio, too, to run the board, to get the mics on and off, to play the commercials, and do some of the really important stuff? Right now, we're looking to add some of those important people to our team. Visit WQRLradio.com and click on Jobs for more information, or you can stop by the studio during our business hours to pick up an application. Must be 16 years of age or older to apply, have reliable transportation, and be available evenings and weekends. Dana Communications is an equal opportunity employer.
Are you interested in a career in the culinary arts but can never afford the high cost of cooking school? Rend Lake College has a low-cost recipe for success. For as little as $5,500 per year, you can get a quality culinary arts education in your own backyard. That even includes books, tuition, class fees, and supplies. Learn to master domestic fare, pastry, and foreign cuisine in Ina, Illinois. Save thousands on a culinary arts education at Rend Lake College. For more information, log on to rlc.edu/culinary-arts.
Hamilton Memorial Hospital District's Family Clinic proudly serves our region's families, young and old at every stage. Choose quality primary health care from one of our providers at the McLeansboro Clinic. Dr. Basanya, Dr. Burns, and Dr. Palapoo are each welcoming new patients. Schedule an appointment and discover the attention and care uniquely delivered by Hamilton Memorial Hospital District's healthcare providers. Phone 618-643-2988. Hamilton Memorial Hospital District's Family Clinic. Caring hearts, helping hands.
Don't just dream about a better job. Go get it with scores of programs that take 2 years, 1 year, or even just a few months to complete. Rend Lake College is your gateway to a career you'll love. From nursing to coal mining, from computer programming to cosmetology, and everything in between. Rend Lake College is affordable, convenient, and ready to get you trained for your new job fast. Call us at 618-437-5321 or visit us at rlc.edu.
Back to Hamilton County Fox's sports on the legendary WMCL AM 1060 and 107.9 FM.
Back here at the train yard, Mules lead it at the half, 28-0, Dean. Got some golf stuff. We got a Benton score at the half. Benton leads Sparta 21-6, so the Rangers 21-6 over Sparta at the half.
Also at the half, Carmi 21, El Dorado 0. We'll get some halftime stats real quick, Tom. We'll go with Fairfield first. They were led. They got a 1-2 punch here. Colin Coker, quarterback, was 4 of 5, 88 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 of 7, 1 of 40. And Colton Land on the ground, 11 carries, 84 yards. Also, Scott Esmond, he had a 7-yard touchdown catch. Bryce McGuire had 3 carries, 15 yards. One of those was a touchdown of 15 yards. Sky Kolick with a 40-yard touchdown reception. He's caught 2 for 73 yards. And Ori Bowles came into the game. Senior had 1 carry. It was good for 5 yards and a touchdown. 2 turnovers in the first half. No penalties by Fairfield. No penalties, 2 turnovers. For the Foxes, Eli Leakey, 3 of 8 for 13 yards and an interception, 9 carries, 9 yards rushing. Levi Chapman had 4 carries for 9 yards. Tyler Kelly had 2 catches for 13 yards, so not much offense at all for the Foxes. 31 total yards, which is more than we had last week against Chester. Penalized 3 times for 35 yards. 2 of them was dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct. The Foxes, other than that, had only the first penalty of the game was before the clock even started. They were offsides on the kickoff. Had 1 turnover in the game. It was an interception.
Got a halftime score here, a lightning delay. In this one, DuQuoin leads Harrisburg 6-0 at the half. They've been delayed by lightning, but DuQuoin 6, Harrisburg nothing at the half, Dean.
So it's probably headed this way here before long time. Hopefully we can get this in.
I'd like to talk a little golf. Talk to Coach Odd today, the Foxes golf team. They're rolling once again. They'll be at a big match tomorrow at Massac County. Be taking on, I think there's maybe 9 or more teams down there at Massac. Massac will be playing along with Nashville and the Foxes, 3 of the top boys teams in Southern Illinois.
I think Nashville beat us by 5 strokes Tuesday.
Tuesday at Harrisburg, match of 2 of the best Class A teams in the South and one of the best Double-A teams. Nashville 145, the Foxes 151. That was the Foxes' season low. They still were beaten 6 strokes by a very good Nashville team. The Foxes beat a good Double-A Harrisburg team. They scored 156. So at Harrisburg on Tuesday, Nashville a 145. The Foxes a 151, Harrisburg a 156.
Foxes had 3 kids shot in the 30s, and then the fourth shot a 40, and even 40.
John O'Daniel shot a 36, Landon Vaughn a 37, Nate Neal a 38, Calvin Ababa a 40. Jake Kaufman of 42 and Ryan Drockett of 47. Thursday at Benton, the Foxes won that match, shooting a 153. Benton second at 161. Marion a 168. Landon Vaughn was a co-medalist. He shot a 36. John O'Daniel a 37. Nate Neal a 39. Kyle Von Evema a 41. Jake Kaufman a 49 and Ryan Drockett a 49. Foxes are 12-2 in the regular season. And Wednesday at Mount Carmel, the girls played. Krista Odd shot a 45, Lauren Ward a 48, Carrie Rapp a 63. Those are all season lows for the Lady Foxes. And as we said, the Foxes boys a big meet at Massac tomorrow. Massac and Nashville will both be there. So that'll be a dandy golf meet down at Massac. Last night I went over and watched the volleyball Foxes under Coach Jason Hall. They played their first match. They won in 2 games over a good Thompsonville club. If you get a chance, you need to get out and see the volleyball girls. They're very entertaining. They got a real good product, and they will entertain you, I guarantee you. So that's some of the other stuff going on around. The golf team 12-2 in the regular season, and a big match tomorrow at Massac County. As we said at the half, lightning delay, DuQuoin 6, Harrisburg 0. We thought that would be a dandy of a ball game.
Yep. Carmi with the lead 21-0 over El Dorado. El Dorado beat Cesar last week 44-22. They lost one of their better players, Roberts. Never did hear how bad of an injury, but talking with some kids, the guys from Cesar, they said it looked pretty bad. They had to cart him off in the ambulance. Some of the teams that the Foxes have coming up, try to get some more Black Diamond scores for you.
Have the Vienna coming next Friday night to Hamilton County.
Foxes will finally have a home game, Tom. And
only 3 home games on the docket this year.
3 home games, 5 road, only 8 games, with the 4th by Alvarado.
Sounds like Coach Simon's got the Carmike going pretty good. They played a perennial playoff team in that Bismarck inning last year and were defeated, but they bounced back against a pretty good El Dorado club, leading 21-0 at the half. So Carmike, Chester, and Fairfield are going to duke it out in the conference.
They'll be the top 3 for sure, and more than likely, the 2 teams that we see the first 2 weeks probably come down to them too, with Carmike might maybe having a little say in it.
I'll try to tell you where that game's at here in a minute, Dean.
Okay. Last year, as we said, the Foxes played Fairfield at home, were defeated 58-20. Fairfield totally restocked their team this year, all new backfield, wide receivers, and haven't lost a beat here. They lead here 28-0. I'm going to add some time on, Tom. The players are just now warming up, and the clock is winding down to about 30 seconds. So I'd say we've got another 2 to 3 minutes before we start here.
Can't find everything I need here, Dean. I was trying to find out where that game was going to be played. Due to the heat, the officials giving them time to cool off a little bit.
I thought maybe I had it, but I don't. Last year, Tom, Fairfield and Chester were each 8-1 in the Black Diamond, and Fairfield won it by beating Chester, each team 8-1. El Dorado was 7-2 and Carmi 6-3, as was Vienna Goreville. So it looks like they've got the 2 top teams again this year.
Chester has a home game against Carmi. Find Fairfield here. Fairfield. They're at Chester, October 25th.
That's the second to last game of the year.
Yeah, it'll be a big ball game for both teams by then. I'm sure there'll be a lot of implications be settled. looking at the conference last year, Fairfield won the conference with an 8-1 record. They got the automatic bid into the playoffs. Chester was 8-1 also. They were defeated by Fairfield. El Dorado was 7-2. Carmi 6-3. Vienna 6-3. CCR 3-6. Johnson City 3-6. Cesar-Hilaire 2-7. Elkville, El Dorado, and Hanco were both 1-8. So there you have what transpired last year in the conference. Kind of a lull in the action here right now at the half. They're trying to give the players a little bit of time to cool off and loosen back up. As we said, the Foxes will host Vienna next Friday night. Then the following week, the 19th of September, we'll go to Cesar. Then the 26th, we will go to El Dorado. Then on October 3rd, we will host Carmi. October 10th, we travel to CZR. We have the bye in week 8, which will be the 17th. And we close out at home October 24th against the Johnson City Indians.
1 minute to go before kickoff time as the boys are about ready to go.
So the Foxes close out with Johnson City at home this year.
Vienna, Carmi, and Johnson City will be the 3 Foxes home games. You get a chance to come out and cheer the Foxes on. Foxes break their huddle. Fairfield already has, and they're getting ready. They'll kick off, hopefully, here in the second half. Last week, the Foxes had to kick off before the game, to start the game, and at halftime, so hopefully everything was done properly. And the Foxes should get the ball first here to start the second half.
28-0 our score at the half. Benton leading Sparta 21-6 at the half. Carmi over El Dorado 21-0. DuPoint 6-0 over Harrisburg. And Heron leading Carbondale 24-14 late in the second quarter.
One of the refs hollered at somebody above us and asked what the radar looks like. I'm sure they're going to try to get this going pretty quickly here in the second half, try to get it done.
Kind of feels like moisture in the air, doesn't it? 28-0. We're getting set to start the third quarter action here.
Stover and Redstock back for the Foxes to receive.
We'll enjoy it while we can. I hear a train coming in the distance. We'll be rounded out.
Might not hear us for a little bit.
And we're underway here. The Mules kick it off. Middle of the field. It's mishandled by the Foxes. Finally picked up. Stover looking for running room up the middle, and pretty good return considering the start of it.
Yep.
He recovered pretty well.
It went through the hands of the squib kick, through the hands of Anthony Mauser, right through his legs, and Stover had a hard time picking it up, but when he did, he got about 20 yards out of it. And here comes the train.
First and 10, Foxes ball on about the 36-yard line. Eli Leakey out of the shotgun. Like the officials, we're going to let him wait for the train to go through. Because of the noise factor here, the quarterback, well, no, one official says, well, we're going to go. We're not waiting any longer. First and 10, Foxes, first play of the third quarter. Eli Leakey out of the shotgun, takes a snap. They're going to try to run the option. He cuts back up the middle of the field, and we got a flag on the play.
Looks like we got a hold on this side, Tom.
Tackle made by Brian Estheimer.
Take a nice play, and he gets called back.
Like started to run that option, and Eli saw a little daylight and tried to cut it back up the field. Picked up about 8 yards, and they're going to walk it off on a penalty.
Would have been 8 yards, and now we go back then.
Holding the call. I didn't see it, but it could very well happen.
I could tell you who it was against, but I'm not going to.
Here we go. First and 20 now. Foxes backed up on the holding call. Eli out of the shotgun. Not a very good start for the Foxes. He tucks it in, looks to run up the field, and very short gain, if any, on the play.
Leaky on the carry. Tackle on the play by for the Mules.
That's Thimer, the stop for the Mules. No gain, so second and 20. Looks like Eli's pretty content to tuck that ball and run it up the middle. Got an equipment timeout. Just was wanting to move the game along because of the weather, and things are bogging down here, Dean.
Tiny shoe, Fairfield kid, he's ready to go. It's Micah Hall, linebacker.
Second and 20 from the 25. Eli out of the shotgun. He takes the snap, hand off to Mauser, looking for running room, and no gain on the play. Shut down quickly by Connor Scott. They've got the speed to run that counter. We don't, Dean.
Well, we've got the speed. We just can't make a hole.
We're getting beat off the line.
No blocking whatsoever.
Bring up third and 21. Loss of 1 on the play. First series of the third quarter has went nowhere.
A lot of third and longs for the Foxes tonight.
Third and 21. Eli takes the snap. Rolling out along the right side, looking to throw the ball, and it's going to be picked by the Mules, and that it is. Do that ball on the run. Colin Coker run right under. Big interception for the Mules. He went down to his knee, or he might have took it to the house. First and 10 Mules on the 40 as Eli threw that ball on the run, and it was nowhere near the receiver, Dean.
2 straight back-to-back interceptions by Eli Lee.
First and 10 Mules from the 40. They lead at 28-0 here early in the third quarter. Colin Coker under center. Give it off to the back following about 3 blockers. That was Evan Davis.
That's how you block, Tom.
He had 3 men right in front of him, and they were clearing a path.
That's how you block.
Picked up 7 on the play. Second and 3.
They open up the holes, and we can't.
He was running behind 3 backs. They were all out there making blocks. That's why he picked up 7 or 8 yards. Second and 3, we'll call it. Little toss play to Colton Land. And he makes a couple of Foxes miss and finally brought down by several other Foxes.
Right at the first down line, and it will be first.
Bottom of the pile was Dylan Taylor. Good enough for a first down for the Mules.
Getting 4 yards, 12 carries, 88 yards now for Colton Land. He's hard to bring down, Tom.
Yes, he is.
He's not just fast, he's hard to bring down.
Very elusive.
He got hit hard twice and was still moving the pile.
First and 10 Mules at the 29-yard line. Another little toss play, same play before, and it's going for a good yardage again. That was Devin Davis on the carry, same play they run 2 plays ago. Little toss play, and he run around left end following his quarterback and a couple other blockers. Picked up about 7 on the play. Second and 3 for the Mules. Ball on the 22-yard line. Coker, a little toss play. They're going to go the other way this time to Land. He cuts off right tackle, picks up some yardage. He's hard to bring down for no bigger than he is. Of course, he is 190. He don't look that big.
No, he doesn't.
Levi Chapman, the last man up off the bottom of the pile.
4 yards and another first down.
Mules chewing up yardage on the ground. They run 2 plays, the last 4 plays, and both were effective. Colin Coker. Here's that other play, that toss play. Going around left tackle. His speed takes it to the end zone. 18-yard touchdown scamper for Devin Davis. And I was warned about him today that he was a speed merchant to make people miss, and he showed it right there. A couple of Foxes had a shot at him, and He put the moves on and into the end zone for an 18-yard carry.
Good run.
Nope, they marked it to 3. They've marked it to 3, excuse me.
Point extra. They
it's the extra point. I'm sorry. They still got the yard marker up. I thought he marked it to 3. Make it 34-0. They're going to go for the 2-point conversion. Here's the same play once again, and they run it very effectively. The Foxes still have the answer for that little toss play around the left end. Again, unscathed for the PAT to make it 36-0. They are executing that play to perfection, Dean.
Yep.
And that was, once again, Devin Davis, senior running back, 6'1", 180-pound back, taking it to the house. They get 36-0. The Mules in control here in the third quarter. Mules team not near as big as we're accustomed to the Mules being, but they execute very well both ends of the field.
They know how to block, and they know how to run behind those blocks.
Brendan Mitchell's going to kick off once again for the Mules.
They've been playing together since 5th grade, and you can tell it makes a difference.
Kick is on the ground this time. Don't want to return. Picked up by Mauser. He's looking for running room. He cuts up the middle. He's going to have a good return by the little man. He tucks it in, and he's out over the 45-yard line to about the 47. Very good return by Mauser. Wyatt Fora made the initial hit on Mauser.
I can get the ball in the hands of Mauser. The little kid is lightning fast and strong.
I'd like to see him touch the ball out of the backfield a little more.
Yep.
First and 10 Foxes from the 47. They trail at 36-0.
Fox is much better field position tonight than last week. Just can't do nothing with it.
Out of the shotgun. Leakey hands it off to Chapman. He's got running room around the left end, taking 2 Mules with him down the sideline for first down yardage. Levi Leakey just steamrolled.
It'll be close.
Devin Davis and Ryan Estheimer.
First down.
Good carry by Levi. Got a little mojo going and took the Mules with him for a ride, Dean.
Yep. Should be right at 10 yards. 5 carries, 19 yards now for Levi Chapman.
Fox is running out of a full house backfield now in this formation. They've got a little different look here.
Cravens in the backfield.
Wilkerson and Chapman. And Eli keeps it this time. He cuts up the middle. He's got good yardage. Kind of a busted play.
A broken play.
Eli tucked it in and went up the middle.
Yeah, it was effective.
Yeah, they had him at the line of scrimmage, and he wiggled free to pick up 5.
Give him 5.
Running out of a full house backfield this set.
3 big boys back there, too.
Yep. Leakey's still out of the shotgun, though. Going to run behind his blockers, behind Cravens, and he stood up for not much gain on the play. Good defensive play by a couple of Mules. That was Colton Land and Charles Maxson.
He's about 6 inches.
Colton Land and Esmeyer, Ryan Esmeyer and Colton Land. It's like no gain on that play, Dean.
Nope.
We'll call it 3rd and 5. Leakey's still out of the shotgun. Hands it off to Chapman. He's looking for running room. He breaks 1 tackle. Got first down yardage and more. Breaks loose down the sideline for a good pickup by Levi Chapman. Broke a tackle and hurdled another Mule. Ball was on the 38. We'll see where they mark it. All the way down.
About the 24.
23, I believe.
Getting 15 yards.
Good run by Levi Chapman. Here we go again, out of the shotgun. First and 10. Leakey takes the snap, hands it off to Chapman, and he stopped in the backfield this time. A big defensive play by Connor Scott.
Unblocked right there. Right in, untouched.
Big play by Connor Scott for the Mules. Defensively.
Loss of 4.
Second and 14. Foxes showing a different formation this set.
Levi 7 carries 30 yards.
Leaking takes a snap, looking to run himself. Cuts up the middle, makes one mule miss, tucks it under. A good run by Eli, but they need more yardage than that.
Never did bring him down, kept his legs going.
We're in 4-down territory.
22 yards.
3rd and 12. I thought he got a little more than that, but he didn't.
They stood him up and ended his progress.
Run sideways for a ways. 3rd and 12, Leakey out of the shotgun. Toss play to Chapman. He's looking for running room around the left end, and he's taken out of bounds by one of the mules. Looks like Anthony Light on the stop.
Game 3, it'll be 3rd and 4th and 9.
4th down now for Howard County.
36-0, the Mules lead it with 4:30 to go here in the 3rd period. Big 4th down play, 4th and 9 for the Foxes. Out of the shotgun, Leakey looking to throw the ball, and he's going to Stover. And right off the chest of Luke Stover, pass was right there. Bounced off the chest of Luke Stover, incomplete. Foxes turn it over on down. So the Foxes, for the 2nd week in a row, have yet to score, Dean.
Had our chances. We've been in Fairfield's territory. Just it stalls out on us around the 30.
Mules take over. 1st and 10, ball on the 22, with 4:30 to go here in the 3rd quarter, leading 36-0. Colin Coker under center. And a little toss play to Land. He runs right up the middle. He's going to break it and take it to the house. One man to beat. Jake Catone hauls him down at about the 30. And Land bumps it out of the pack, almost took it to the house. Gives Catone credit. He had blockers in front of him. He warded them off and made the tackle.
48-yard carry.
Back is on the field. I think he's cramped up. So time on the field as they tend to the Fairfield back who's having leg cramps. We saw this last week, made the game last about an hour longer than it needed to.
Colton Land probably won't get caught too many times this year, Tom, but Jake Catone has really good speed. Track runner for the Foxes. And he had about 5 yards on Catone. Jake caught him.
The second half of the Harrisonburg ball game has been delayed until 1 o'clock tomorrow due to lightning.
That was at DuQuoin?
Yes.
So it's hit down south.
Going to play the second half starting tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
We've got 4:19 to go in this one. Got a kid with cramps out on the field for Fairfield. And that's Colton Land, who now has 14 carries for 140 yards. Big game out of Colton Land and the quarterback, Colin Coker. Two very good players as Land now goes to the sideline. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line.
And Travis McCullum, the principal, just come up and said he has spotted some lightning off in the distance, so hopefully we can get this thing in, Dean.
Yeah. You knew it was going to hit, you just didn't know when.
Yep. So we're set to go here. 1st and 10 Mules, ball on about the 30-yard line. Colin Coker under center. And there's that play again, that little sweep play around the left end, and good yardage taken once again.
Run it until the Foxes can stop it.
Devin Davis are going to run it down our throat till we stop it. We not been able to stop
they can stop it.
No. Little sweep play around the left end.
Devin Davis now 12 carries, 61 yards, and he has an 18-yard touchdown.
Colin Coker, the quarterback, out there right along, leading the blocking, too. 7-yard pickup by Davis that time. Colin Coker Here they go again. They're going to let another horse carry it. They give the ball that time to Brant McGill on the same play. We don't have the answer, so we're going to get a steady diet. This is one play. It looks like the first down yardage for the Mules. Austin Craven's on the stop for the Fox. Ball on the 17 now with 3:20 to go. Colin Coker, little toss play this time, back to the Mules back. He's trying to get out around the right end. He breaks one tackle, two tackles, three tackles. He's into the end zone.
Not a good
Wyatt Bora, poor tackling.
Not a good effort by the Foxes that time.
He broke three tackles, rolled it in for a 17-yard touchdown carry. Wyatt Bora, he's just a sophomore running like that. Fox's defense is wore down. They've been on the field all night, Dean.
And in 7 days, they've been on the field.
That
about
makes
2 games.
42-0, the Mules.
We'll go to the continuous clock.
Or is that go? That starts with the fourth quarter.
We got 3:08 left here in the third.
Colin Coker under center. Toss play to Davis. That same play, and he's in for the conversion. They could drive a semi-truck through that whole thing. 44-0, the score here with 3:08 to go. Mules will be kicking off again. So the Mules and Chester headed for a showdown late in the season. I'm sure Carmine's going to have a little say in that also. No, the official says we are continuous now.
They're wanting to get this...
official's trying to get it done.
And I can't blame them.
No, I can't either.
44-0. Nobody wants to come back tomorrow.
Only time the clock will stop will be kickoffs and extra points, the official says.
Just got a text that the Lightning's still a ways off to the west of us.
Good. Mitchell going to boot it away this time. It's bobbled by the Foxes, finally picked up
Mauser.
By Mauser, and he doesn't have a chance. He's in the grass before he gets a hold of the ball.
He got hit pretty hard.
And he's laying flat on his back. Now we got another break in the action. .255 to go here in the third. Officials doing everything they can to keep this game moving along, but it's not moving along real well, Dean.
It will once Anthony gets to his feet. He was hitting a real bad position. I mean, he had his head down and he's low to the ground to begin with.
About three different mules sandwiching him.
Hopefully it just knocked his breath out a little. He's
getting up.
Yeah. Might be a little dazed, too. Looks like he might have got dinged.
On his right shoulder.
Yep.
That's not good.
And the clock is running.
44-0. The Mules lead it here late in the third quarter.
Fox better realize that the clock's going.
They appear to be in no hurry. They're going to get a delay game call here.
10 seconds.
Yeah, they don't appear to be aware that they're going to run out of time. Yeah, Levi Chapman tells him, let's get it going or we're going to get the penalty. Levi straight up the middle. Picks up a couple of yards on the play.
Levi Chapman,
Connor Scott on the stop for the Mules.
Give Levi 3.
Bring up second and 7. Leaking out the shotgun. Handoff. And not much air. Fox is trying to run it up the middle.
Kind of a bobbled handoff there. Never really got into Levi's midsection.
Levi Chapman with the carry. Might have got a yard on the play.
Third down and 6 now for the Foxes.
Here we go on 3rd and 6. Ball on the 37-yard line. the shotgun. Hands it off to Chapman. He cuts back up the middle. Looking for running room, spin move. He's a little short of the first down, but it's on the mark.
Yeah, it's going to be close.
It's on the spot.
It looks like we got a good mark.
If they mark it with this official on this side, we're not going to.
Yep. First down.
But we got enough for the first down.
You give Levi 6 more yards. 43 on 11 carries now for Levi Chapman. On the Foxes 44 and a half.
First and 10 from the 44. Leakey out of the shotgun. Keeps the ball, and he is hit for a loss. He tried to run straight up the middle, and he ran right into Connor Scott.
He got the ball and ran straight up the middle with it, no hesitation, and he had 2 kids in the backfield with him for a loss of 3 yards.
3 yards lost on the play. They are controlling the line of scrimmage. Second and 13.
Should get off one more play before the end of the third.
Second and 13. Little toss play to Levi Chapman. He tries to string it out around the left end, and he's run out of bounds by the Mules.
Get back to about the original line of scrimmage.
On the coverage there was Devin Davis. And that's going to end the third quarter. We've played 3 quarters. The Mules are in control. They lead it 44 to nothing. As we're set to go to the fourth quarter, we'll break for 60 seconds and be right back.
Otton's Pizza is simply irresistible. Made with the freshest of ingredients. An incredible one-of-a-kind sauce. Topped with real cheese, shredded fresh in the restaurant. And served piping hot, cheese still bubbling right out of the oven. Get your perfect pizza from Otton's today. Call 643-3471 for carryout. Or dine in to get your Otton's Pizza directly from the oven. Otton's Pizza House, 207 Walker in McLeansboro. Phone 643-3471. Otton's Pizza Perfection. Simply irresistible.
From prenatal care to infertility services and annual exams to hormone replacement therapy, there's no need to schedule your OBGYN appointment in a big city. Dr. Emily Davenport Boyd is now accepting patients to be seen at Hamilton Memorial Hospital District's Family Clinic in McLeansboro. Stay close to home in a friendly, caring environment and still enjoy top quality care. Call toll-free 1-877-456-2496. Dr. Boyd is an independently contracted specialist and not an employee of HMHD.
Back to Hamilton County Fox's sports on the legendary WMCL AM 1060 and 107.9 FM.
On 3rd and 11, the Foxes try to throw the ball, and they throw it out to Luke Stover, and he's nailed for a big loss on the play as the Mules were all over that play. I think they were going to try to hook the line, and they couldn't get it set up. The Mules' quickness and pursuit was there. Loss of, on the play.
Eli had a hard time getting a grip on the ball.
Yeah, he broke down in the backfield. He took too long to get the pass out there, and the quickness of the Mules, they were all over.
Foxes will punt. Yeah, we're seeing some lightning way back that way.
Ball's booted away by Cravens. And it's going to be no return on the play on the punt.
Good punt by Austin.
So
43-yard punt, no return.
44 to nothing. The Mules lead it here.
And we got to continue the clock. And it's going to have to hurry because I'm seeing lightning up over the school.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a ways off, though. This will be a fast 10 minutes and 30 seconds.
Here come the Mules, 1st and 10 from the 22. Colin Coker still under center for the Mules. And they keep it up. They're going to run that sweep play once again around the right side with Colin Land.
I'm surprised they're leaving the starters in there.
Yeah, me too. Colt Land, another 7-yard pickup for the Mules. Bring up 2nd and 3 for the Mules.
Land with 135 yards rushing last week, 147 on 15 carries this week. He'll be amongst the leaders in the Southern Illinois.
Colin Coker under center still. He's went all the way for the Mule toss play. Got a new back in the game, number 1. And that is Bryce Todd. He's a sophomore, 120-pound back. He gets first down yardage.
Result of the play is the first down.
See where they mark it at. He picked up 6 yards on the play. Bryce Todd, a 5'6", 120-pound sophomore. 6-yard gain.
I believe the Fox's defense has only held them 3 times, Tom. 2 on fumbles and 1 on loss of downs.
Quarterbacking the Mules now is Brendan Mitchell. Mitchell takes the snap. And they run it up the middle, around the right side. It's the little sophomore once again, and he's got 11 yards on the carry. Bryce Todd, a 5'6", 120-pound sophomore's running over his team.
Got some elusive moves.
Result of the play is the first down.
First down, about 11-yard pickup by Bryce Todd.
I think he comes into the game for Jake Scatone. Jake might be a little shaken up.
Here come the Mules. Brendan Mitchell under center. Hands it off to the little sophomore once again. And
he got hit hard that time.
Finally picked up some yardage, but was finally nailed by Eli Leakey. Brendan Craddock getting up slow on the play. 8:05 to go in the ball game. 44-0. The Mules lead it. Checking in for the Foxes, Austin Potter.
They better get off the field fast.
And here comes Craddock quickly off the field. Here come the Mules, 2nd and 6. Mitchell under center. Little toss play to, I believe, Bryce McGuire.
I think the ball might have been loose. Fairfield keeps it, as the ball did come loose. And it'll be 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5.
They said that was McGahey on the carry.
He fumbled it right there at the end, but Foxes couldn't come up with it.
Brendan Mitchell in quarterbacking. Mitchell, a 6'2", 180-pound junior.
Ball at the Foxes 48.
3rd and 5 for the Mules. And that misdirection play to the little back down, number 120-pound sophomore Bryce Todd.
They can't find him, and then when they do find him, he goes the other way on him.
First down yardage for Bryce Todd. Ball spotted at about the 41 or 2-yard line.
4 carries, 28 yards on this drive for Todd.
Mitchell in the quarterback, relieving Colin Coker.
6:30 and counting left in this game.
Mitchell, handoff straight up the middle, and just tough yardage right up the gut by the Mules. Damian Pike getting up off the bottom of the pile.
Didn't seem like he got 5 yards, but he did.
Who was the carrier left, Dean? I believe it was McGuire that time. 2nd and 5, ball on the 36-yard line of the Foxes. The Mules threatening once again. Mitchell, little toss play, and it's caught from behind by a couple of the Foxes. Colton Bond, the initial contact for the Foxes. Good pursuit by Bond. 3rd and 5, facing the Mules. Ball still on the 36.
Initial contact by Craddock. I don't even see him out there.
I think he's over here on the sidelines.
No, he's over on the.
He may have went back.
He's over on the right side.
3rd and 5, facing the Mules. Hand off to the little man right up the middle. He's got first down yardage and more. He's thrown back, but he got the first down yardage. Bryce Todd.
Initial contact on the play by Brandon Craddock.
Brandon Craddock, another big change officially for the Fox team.
Brandon's in on just about every tackle.
First and 10 Mules, ball on the 29-yard line with 4:50 to go in the ball game.
And it don't look like the Foxes are going to get the ball back. We need to get some plays on that for that offense.
Brendan Mitchell under center for the Mules. Little misdirection. Once again, Mules running hard. McGahey, I believe, on the carry. Gage McGahey, he's a 140-pound sophomore. Troy Rebstock, one of the Foxes in on the spot. Second and 3, 7-yard pickup on the play.
Four minutes to go in the game.
Under center. To McGahey once again. Bond caught him from behind once again. He picked up yardage on the play. Colton Bond pursuing from behind.
Be 3rd and 1.
Trey Smith checking in for the Foxes. Third and 1 for the Mules. Ball on the 21-yard line. Straight up the gut. And first down yardage and more for the Mules.
And the Lightning getting closer and closer. 3 minutes to go in the game.
Devin Butler on the carry. Another sophomore carrying for the Mules. First and 10 from the 15-yard line. Coach Townsend trying to keep it fairly conservative, running between the tackles. Brendan Mitchell under center. And they run a little play once again. Bond pursuing from behind, a couple other Foxes out front. And a whole host of Foxes in on that tackle.
No penalties called in the game against Fairfield tonight. As I see a blatant jersey hold, they're not wanting to stop this game for nothing right now.
2-yard pickup on the play. 2nd and 8 from the 13. Brendan Mitchell under center. Straight up the middle, the little man, once again, Bryce Todd.
Bryce Todd on the carry.
Nice tackle that time by, I believe, Levi Chapman.
Number 23, Levi Chapman.
Levi Chapman and one other Fox on the stop.
3rd and 5 from the 10. 1:55 to go. Foxes trail here 44-0. Lost last week 42-0, Tom, to Chester.
Consistent.
Yep.
Mitchell under center. Hand off up the middle to the, and he breaks out around the end. He's going to take it to the house. So, 10-yard touchdown scamper by Bryce Todd to make it 50-0. Clock will stop for the extra point.
Now Coach Blades' job, Tom, will be keeping the boys from hanging their heads. Next week we play Vienna at home. A game we should be in. Hard to stay high, though, when you take a couple of thumpings away.
Diego Enrique going to try to kick the extra point here, Dean.
Good snap.
Kick is up, and it's wide left.
He had a perfect snap. The holder got it down good. He just took it left. A lot of legs, just took it left.
Diego is a sophomore, and he hooks it a little bit left.
50-0. More than likely how this one will end. 1:36 to go. When the Foxes get it, the clock will be running.
Wheels will kick it off, and it won't take long to get it over with. Dean. Glad to get this thing in as it's starting to lightning back background. Way off.
Kind of surprising. Started down south instead of up this way. Cold front coming in from the northwest.
Mules going to kick it off here, and we may run this one back.
We'll see. We've got Stock and Stover back.
Brendan Mitchell going to boot it away for the Mules.
Anthony Mauser back in the game after he come out shaken up, and also Sawyer Leakey.
We don't run it back. We're probably not going to score, Dean.
Yep.
And he kicks it up the middle on the ground, picked up by nobody. Stover bobbles it, and he's in trouble now. He looks to run it up the middle and breaks a couple of tackles. He's out around the left end, running up near midfield. Good return by Luke Stover. He recovered well after bobbling the ball. So the clock is running with 1:15 to go. Continuous clock. We're not going to get very many plays off, Dean.
2 at the most.
Yep.
Proctor will get it on their own 49.
And we're down to a minute to go here.
A lot of clean jerseys in for the Foxes.
2 plays, maybe. Maybe not that. Eli Leakey out of the shotgun. He takes a low snap. Tries to run the option. Tosses it out to Levi Chapman. He's thrown for a loss. Big tackle by the Mules, number 24. That is Zach White. He's a sophomore. No gain on play, they're calling it. Maybe one more play, and that's going to be it. Leakey out of the shotgun. 12 seconds to go. See if we get it off. We may not get it off the way things are going.
Going to get it. Final play of the game.
Eli takes the snap, looking to throw the ball down the field. And he cuts back up the middle of the field, and he's tackled after about a 2-yard pickup. On the stop was Avery McKinney. So the Foxes come up to the train yard, and they are handed a defeat by a score of 50-0. 2 games into the season, the Foxes are yet to score, Dean.
We knew it would be tough at the beginning of the season, Tom, when we seen the schedule. Go down to Chester and go to the train yard. Could be 2 harder places to go to play football, and 2 very, very good teams.
Yep.
They're going to be we will be well represented in the Black Diamond this year for sure.
They're going to have a dandy of a ball game when they meet, I think, in week 8.
Yep.
Chester and Fairfield.
And throw Carmine into the mix. They're probably going to have to finish their game tomorrow. I got a text saying that they are in a weather delay because of lightning. They're up 28-6 over El Dorado in the early fourth.
Coach Blade's going to try to come up this evening. The post game tonight will be brought to you by Alton's Pizza. We'll be right back after this word from Alton's Pizza. Players shaking hands at midfield.
Otton's Pizza is simply irresistible. Made with the freshest of ingredients. An incredible one-of-a-kind sauce. Topped with real cheese, shredded fresh in the restaurant, and served piping hot, cheese still bubbling right out of the oven. Get your perfect pizza from Otton's today. Call 643-3471 for carryout, or dine in to get your Otton's Pizza directly from the oven. Otton's Pizza House, 207 Walker in McLeansboro. Phone 643-3471. Otton's Pizza Perfection. Simply irresistible.
Back here at the train yard, Dean, the Mules pick up the win here, 50-0 over the Foxes. The Mules look like a well-oiled machine here tonight.
They're awful good. Very impressed by their speed and that deception of the way they run the misdirection in the backfield. Got some good backs, got a good quarterback.
Colin Coker,
the senior, 4 of 5, 88 yards and 2 touchdowns. So when they pass the ball, they're going to catch you by surprise because they're going to run it and run it and run it, and then they're going to get you. They had, who was the kid? Sky Kolick wide open twice.
He's a junior, 6'2", 185-pound junior, Sky Kolick.
Also plays basketball for
Yes, he does. Sure does. So Coach Blades is coming up. We're going to get him on here. We won't keep him very long. I know he wants to get down there and talk to the players, but we'll talk to Coach here for just a minute, let him get back to his players. We've been joined by Fox's head coach, Brian Blades. Made the trip up to the train yard, and the Mules are for real. They're going to be right back in the hunt for the conference title, Coach.
Yeah, you said that right. They sure are. You know, honestly, it's another one of those. I think the score was a little more than what we didn't expect it to be that high. You know, when they hit you on 3 passes, which we didn't prep hard for because they're, you know, a dominantly running team. You know, we knew they'd pull some tricks out. You know, when you look at the matchups, our matchups wasn't great against those guys that popped out. And, of course, they scored 3 times and beat us. So
we played more air-free football than last week, though we didn't have the boo-boos we had last week. They just executed, and we couldn't stop that high-part offense. They got a full stable of backs, a lot of speed, and we had trouble containing the speed. And I think a lot of people are going to have trouble containing their speed.
Oh, absolutely. They're tough. They're tough. They got good linemen. They got good speed in the backfield. They're disciplined. They play hard. You know, it shows.
They execute very well.
Yes, they do. They execute very well.
Me and Dean were talking. This Mules team is not as big as they've been in the past. I had a long talk with Bruce Dickey today, and he said we're not as big as we've been, but he said this is the quickest stable of backs we've put on the field in years. He said lack of size will be made up for with our speed, and I believe he was right on.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. They're definitely fast. They got some speedy backs, and they were getting downfield on us pretty good at times. You know, and then again, you know, like I said, at times defense didn't play bad again. You know, they're wore out. I can tell they're wore out. They played a tough game. It was a slugfest, but you know, we're just going to have to bounce back from this one.
Well, we got Vienna coming to town next Friday night. That's a game I really believe we're going to be in, and the Foxes need to pick me up, and I think that's a team we'll be able to compete with.
Sure, I'm going to go down and watch them play tomorrow, Tom. I'm going to check them out, get a bird's eye view of them, and see what they look like firsthand.
Some of the games around, Carmine was up on El Dorado 28-6 in the 4th. I think it was delayed. And Benton was up 21-6 over Sparta at the half. DuQuoin and Harrisburg 6-0 DuQuoin at the half. That game is postponed. They're going to play the second half tomorrow. Heron was up on Carbondale. So weather messing with people a little bit. I know you want to get back to the players, Coach. Thanks for coming up for the Alton's post game. We'll try to get you on next Friday night, hopefully with a W.
Yeah.
Good luck. I hope you have a good week's practice.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you for coming up. I know there's a lot going on.
No problem, guys.
Coach Brian Blades came up, talked things over a little bit. They're going to prepare for Vienna, and Coach Blades is going to go watch them play tomorrow, as they play tomorrow afternoon, so he ought to have a pretty good scouting report. So the Foxes come up short here tonight, Dean, 50-0 at the train yard. You got some stats for us?
I do. As Coach leaves, I ask him who's better, Chester or Fairfield, and he agrees with me, Tom. He picks Chester. Okay, we'll go with the Fairfield Mules. They were led by Colin Coker. They had a heck of a 1-2 punch tonight. Coker, 4 of 5, 2 touchdowns, 88 yards. Colton Land on the ground, 15 carries, 147 yards. Devin Davis, 12 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown. McGuire had a 15-yard touchdown. Kolek had a 40-yard TD reception, had 2 catches for 73 yards. No penalties in the game, 2 turnovers, 2 fumbles. For the Foxes were penalized 4 times for 45 yards. Eli Leakey, 4 of 10, 10 yards. He had 15 carries, 15 yards. Levi Chapman, 13 carries, 44 yards. And Tyler Kelly caught the ball twice for 13 yards. Foxes, 2 turnovers also. Both were interceptions, back-to-back interceptions by Leakey. Foxes were sacked 1 time for 15 yards, trailed 14-0 after the first quarter, 28-0 at half, 44-0 after 3. And the Foxes lose tonight 50-0 to a very fine Fairfield Mule team.
Currently, they got the game in. We got a final, Carmi-White County, 28-6 over El Dorado. That is a final now.
That was what I had it at when I heard it would have liked.
Yeah. So the Foxes go to 0-2 on the campaign. Probably play 2 of the top teams in the conference to start things off.
Absolutely.
So things are going to get better, hopefully, for the Foxes. They will host Vienna-Goreville next week, first home game for the Foxes. So if you get a chance to come out, Foxes in action. The Fall Festival will be going on next week. Come out and watch a football game, then go up to the Fall Festival and have a big time, big night out. So Fairfield, they're for real once again. They get the victory here tonight, Dean, 50-0.
Very impressive.
As we said, we'll be on next Friday night with Vienna coming to town. So the post-game show tonight has been brought to you by Alton's Pizza, Dick and Lucille, serving the McLeansboro community for over 35 years. Anything else you want to add, Dean?
No. Hopefully we can get a W against Vienna. I think, like you said, you told Coach, I think it's going to be a heck of a game, and one that the Foxes will have a much easier time than we had the first 2 weeks for sure.
So the Foxes fall here at the train yard, 50-0, and we only had one train go by. I was surprised. I would have bet we'd have 2 or 3. Usually
the over-under was 3.
Anyway, the Foxes fall short here tonight. I'm Tom Maulding with Dean Kelly alongside. I'd like to thank Jason back at the station for manning the controls. I'd like to thank you for listening. Tune in again next Friday night for Foxes football. Thank you.